Lights go down, but the stories ignite. Truth and tea in the dead of night. Drama deep as a midnight scroll, where secrets rise and the hot takes roll. Whispers echo through Hollywood halls. We're digging up dirt behind velvet walls. From shady scenes to viral mistakes, we break it down, no breaks, no fakes. Every headline hides a tale, behind the glitz, behind the veil. So if you're ready for the real unknown, come down beneath the headstones, where the wild truth finally gets shown. Entertainment, scandal, and all that's unsaid, we bring the stories back from the dead. Laugh, gas, spill what no one owns, right here beneath the headstones. From influencer feuds to movie gold, the spotlight fades, but the gossip's bold. Behind the glam, the scripts unwind. We dig up the legends they left behind. Every shade behind the fame, every player, every name. If you're brave enough to dig alone, come down beneath the headstones, where the untold finally gets known. Drama, mystery, the fun never ends. We're spilling truth like we're old best friends. Vital vibes and internet tones all live beneath the headstones. It's not just graveyards and gloom, it's red carpets and shattered rooms. It's lights, camera, and a twist of doom. So come down beneath the headstones, where every tale chills to the bone. Drama and laughs, no filters apply. We're bringing receipts they try to hide. So hit that like and claim your throne with us beneath the headstones. So you rockin' with the headstones, where the wild truth finally gets shown. Entertainment, scandal, and all that's unsaid, we bring the stories back from the dead. Laugh, gasp, spill what no one owns, right here beneath the headstones. Headstones!
Well, hello. Seems like I've got one person here, which the haters can review this and say, look, even her backup channel sucks. Well, considering I do have almost 100 subs. So hopefully more people come in. If not, it is what it is. I just wanted to get some hours because you need a certain amount of hours to monetize. And I think having 2 channels to help bring in some money to help with the fostering of kittens is always helpful. So for those of you who may be in the bushes watching, thanks for being here. Marie, I did see that you were here number 4, which is great. I didn't really have a plan for today, honestly, and I can't stay long because it's late and I have chores that I have to get done before bed. So I thought what we could do, or those few of us here could do, is a creator that was known as Tiger Talks. They will always be Tiger Talks to me. Did a video, a clip about me. And so I thought that I would just kind of play it and review it. I haven't watched it, don't know what it's going to say, but I do know that Tiger Talks has a whole lot of time on her hands. So we are going to cover that. I could, hey B. Kaser, how are you? I could upload the entire video as it seems like some clip channels, instead of just clipping live streams, they're actually uploading the entire live stream with no commentary, nothing, no transformation. And so I'm like, well, maybe I'll start doing that. Good. Here comes the gang. Grain, thanks for being here. Queen Bella. Yeah, I wanted to see if I could, one, stream from StreamYard because I had to connect the account. And as I had said, got to get those hours, So we're going to review Tiger Talks. Now, well, actually, Spitfire Spotlight, formerly known as Tiger Talks. She will always be Tiger Talks. Tiger Talks to me did a the mod should have carried over. One moment. I thought I copied and pasted from where? One second. Community moderation. Oh. I guess I did not copy and paste them. Well, that sucks. Yes, I do. All right. So I thought I really thought I copied and pasted all of the mods from my other channel, excuse me, to here. But clearly I didn't. So I need to do that after this live. But yes, I will need mods. So Queen Bella, I just transferred yours over real quick. So this, what was the date on this? What did I put in the so June 6th. Oh, wow. It was that long ago? No, it had to be. I think that's an error. I think it was July 6th. I think that's a typo on the title. Yeah, no mods. Yeah, go crazy with a few of us here. So I love that. The one thing, though, I will say that she is really good at graphics. I've got to say that. Like the AI, love it. Love the cats. And this kind of looks like me, but I don't have red hair and I don't wear my hair like that. But yeah, I mean, I'm cross-eyed, I'm sad. At least I'm wearing a bra. That's a bonus. And so yeah, let's take a look at this and see what it's about. Well, it's about me. And I get why they call me Diaper Dino, because they truly believe that I drove to Ohio to take pictures of Davis Fam's house, which no, I didn't. And I love how they take something you say and twist it into this huge thing. Like I said, when I sneeze, I pee a little. I didn't say that I have problems, I'm incontinent. And for anyone who's been a teacher who has worked in a field where you don't really get bathroom breaks, that would be a really huge problem. That would be a huge problem to have, especially being a teacher, when you really can go to the bathroom maybe twice a day. So, keep with it, and at least Rowena had something right the other day. She said that somebody in chat had said I had a freezer full of Jack Daniels. That's actually true. I have, I think, well, probably not every kind now because it's been a few years. I haven't bought any because I don't drink very often. But yeah, she actually did get something right. But Rowena's been talking about me a lot lately too. She has. And one last thing before we start on this. I see I'm kind of organized. I like to have things, where they need to be. My house is lived in. So is there stuff, usually, cat toys? Right now there's filing papers all over because that was what I was working on last night and today is trying to file and organize this pile of papers that I just kept putting in a pile. But I think, my closet is color coordinated. I'm sure they'll make fun of me about that. It goes in order of the rainbow, Roy G. Biv. Black is first because that's not part of the rainbow, and brown, and then you go Roy G. Biv. And then any color in between, so the colors are all together. Anyways, books I used to organize by author, kind of like libraries do, but I don't do that anymore. It's too much. But yeah. So anyways, that's what I was getting at before I gave that long spiel is I get why they call me Diaper Dino, but why do they call me Shimmy? Like Shimmy, like when I think of Shimmy, I think of like flappers in the 1930s and 40s. I don't get it. But it is what it is. Shimmy it is. As long as they're not using my legal name, I don't care what they call me. They could call me a bitch for all I care. All right, so let's take a look at this. So, wait, 6:30. Okay, 2025. So this is when I had reviewed a clip from B's channel when she was, giving a history lesson. So, oh good, there's closed captioning, but let me make those a little bit bigger. Options, reset. There we go. Much better. And in true style, I'm just going to put on some background tunes. There we go. Hopefully the music isn't too loud. I don't usually use it. All right, let's see. No, B. And I heard you today saying you're going to go back in time, so make sure, because I'm pretty sure you deleted this live. Pretty sure you deleted the live. Oh, what happened there? You started this. It all started when you said I had students in my chat. I have never had students. And she also, I talk with my hands, so kind of. I love the cross eye though. Like, what the heck? That's actually kind of funny. In my chat. That is what started this. So it wasn't about me bribing students with school store tickets. What started it was you saying that I had students in my chat when I was reviewing Bullhorn Betty, and that was a lie. That is what Sinner was defending. That is what got Sinner on your panel for, I think, the first time to say he didn't give a shit about your lawsuit. Oh, we're taking a trip back in time. All right, let's see. I thought I would be on YouTube. Hopefully okay, so April 13th, 2023. So that would be about 2 months after I started my channel, because it was the end of February when I started my channel. And this year, 2023, my last day of work was about a month later. It's around this time is probably when I gave my notice. Students are in here. I do have some students who know about my page. Hopefully they're not listening. I'm almost to 500. Okay. Yes. Students knew about my channel. I hope they're not listening. All right. Subs. And so I have a couple of students who follow me. I don't think Bella, there's never been students in my chat. Ever. There's never been, and they keep saying that my niece, they keep referring to my niece, and even she shouldn't have been in there. That's not your problem. Well, that's not their problem. Like, my sister and I spoke about it, and when I was talking about things that Anna shouldn't be listening to, I would tell her she needed to stay offline. It is what it is. And they keep saying, when I reviewed Betty, it's like, if I spoke like B or Clue, then I would agree. There's no way in heck I would want children or, young kids listening to my live streams. But I don't talk like them. And when I reviewed Betty wasn't even bad either. I mean, Betty rarely swears. So, I mean, they're trying to just, well, that's true. My sister was in chat quite often too. So Betty wasn't that bad, but it's, it's whatever. And it's funny because what was I listening to? Someone was commenting about, they're living in the past, and it's like, yeah, but I mean, I guess it's important. Unfortunately, a lot of the live streams that I would need have been deleted or probably privated because, well, no, they would have been deleted because, wait, because the lawsuit didn't come until June 23, right? June 2023. Evil Queen, I don't think so. I mean, it seems like everyone is reviewing Brittany J, and I honestly don't. I mean, Betty is boring, but no offense, Brittany, but I just, it's too slow, and I get distracted. I would get distracted. So, yeah. All right, let's get back to this. Okay, so now this is okay, so Tiger Talks is using her live from February 2024 because she did I think it was like 8 or 9 minutes. She went through 30 hours of live streams. 30. To find, I think it was a 9-minute clip of me talking about my students. And I did talk about my students a lot because I was new and I clearly didn't understand the way that YouTube can be. So once I learned, especially when Betty started coming after me, I stopped talking about a lot of things about myself. And shame on me for trusting people on the internet. I don't know. I loved teaching. I loved my students, and I would tell stories about them all the time. Betty even stands a chance. Oh, and this was May 4th, 2023. So over 2 years ago. With my 12-year-old students. Okay, let me rewind that because I was kind of talking over it. Betty even stands a chance with my 12-year-old students. They would annihilate her. Kara, I told my students the same thing. I don't care if you watch me. I don't care. You just sub for me so that Right. I don't care if you watch me or sub to me. Never, ever did I have students in my chat. Ever. Oh, and speaking of, because I don't know, this just came to me. Captain Napton, you said the other day that I would promote my live streams on Queen Bee's panel. Please provide me those receipts because I honestly do not remember. I remember being on her panel at least once, actually twice. Once was talking about a case, and the second time, I don't remember why I was up there, but I remember being up there. Because I remember Just Samantha was in the chat, And she had been at one point a loyal sub of Bullhorn Betty's. And then the other time was Ellie was on panel and we were talking about some case. But please, Captain Napton, if you know when I said it, I will even go through the live stream and find it myself. I don't remember ever promoting myself on Queen Bee's panel, ever. But then again, I don't live in the past like many of these people do. Hey, Jersey, what's going on? What's going on? Well, I don't really go on panels, but I did, I would say it in chat, like, I'm going to go live about this. You know, if they were talking about something, or especially Betty, I'd be like, yeah, I'm going to do a live on it. And, you know, and B said, what was it that she said? That ever since she blocked me, I've been butthurt ever since. Listen, B, that was probably the best thing you could have done, because that's when I started going live a lot more on my channel. And then when I knew I was leaving the job I was at, I went live even more. So on it was a blessing in disguise. I wasn't butthurt that you blocked me. I mean, it is what it is. If anything, it got me to do my own thing. So, I mean, thank you. Have more, and I only had one. Well, actually, I have two that sucked. And the rest of them just looked at me like I was nuts. And so a few of my students today told me that they were watching. And one of them actually said, I started watching your live when the lady said she was going to go get him. And I was like, oh yeah, that was funny, because I said, like, she doesn't know anything about that. And these kids being inner city kids, and this is the other thing, they even the chat, like, why would she refer to them as inner city kids? That's what they are. Yes, they're kids, but they live in the inner city. It's not racist. It's not derogatory. I didn't mean it in those ways. That's what it is. They are inner city kids. So, I mean, whatever. They agreed with me. But I actually, now we're at May 19th. So let me just go back, because we started, what was the date? April 16th. Okay, so from April 16th, all right, so now we're April 16th to, let me back up a little bit. Oh, I went way too far, because I'm with Bash on that one. I don't care. You just sub for me so that I have more. And I only had one. Well, actually, I have two that subbed. And the rest of them just looked at me like I was nuts. Oh, Jersey, I just, you know, I'm just reviewing. And that's another thing. This channel is really to just keep receipts of things, because my computer and phone there's too much on both devices. And so I figure I'll become a clip channel, and all the clips about me will go on here, unless, you know, they're giving out private information. Then I'll just keep those, you know, on my devices. But hey, Curious, thanks for being here. And so a few of my students today told me that they were watching. And one of them actually said, I started watching your live when the lady said she was going to go get him. And I was like, oh yeah, that was funny, because I said, like, she doesn't know anything about that. And these kids being inner city kids, they agreed with me. And I did just look up the definition of inner city. Quote, inner city. So inner city typically refers to the older central part of a city, often associated with higher density, poverty, and various social challenges. So when I had students walking to school with a weapon, because they were afraid of being jumped, that would be a social challenge. When there were kids who the only time they ate was at school, that's poverty. It wasn't to be derogatory. It also says it's a term frequently used to describe areas experiencing issues like unemployment, substandard housing, and crime. Well, when you have a murder at a Taco Bell down the street, that's crime. It's used to describe a geographic center. It's not used to be derogatory or racist. Yeah, this is supposed to be me on screen. I mean, it's kind of close. My hair definitely does not look like that. You know, I'm not cross-eyed. I'm rarely angry. I don't know what's up with this hand over here. I don't know. But I will say I like the graphics. I will say I do like the graphics. But I actually think some of my students might have unsubscribed because I promised them extra like tickets for the school store, but I had given them away to other students, and so they got mad. I think some of them unsubscribed because they only subscribed because they wanted tickets, and so now that they had their tickets, they unsubscribed. I don't know. But anyway, and I took responsibility for doing that. It was wrong of me. You live and you learn. When you know better, you do better. I'm trying to do better. Oh, Betty. All right. If any of my students are in here, or I haven't seen
Jersey.
To the left. If any of y'all are in here, close your ears. If any of my students. Although I will say, I mean, this avatar here, whatever it's called, AI image, it looks like she might be wearing one of those TikTok bras, which I will say, some of the live streams they have advertising these bras, they're putting cans in the bra, they're putting basketballs, like it's bizarre. But anyways, they are really nice, so definitely check them out. But it appears that, you know, she's well supported, which it's in here. But you are a complete ape. But the one thing is, it looks like her belly's hanging out. My belly would never be hanging out, ever. Nope. Cool. Although one of my students actually told me today that they're gonna probably go over this. They'll probably do Chat GPT on me. And actually, that would be a good, you know, I might just do Chat GPT on myself. Yeah, why not? Because apparently the Chat GPT or Gemini police are out in force. And when I had done it on one of B's lives, they said, well, you can't really do it because she has panel guests. So as best as I could, I went through and only did, you know, cut and paste, splice together, and did it that way. But blank screen, monkey see, monkey do. That's funny because when I started clipping, there were some new clip channels that seemed to do the same thing I did. Did you tell them the same thing? Probably not. Probably not. He was Danilo. But as some say, what's good for the goose is good for the gander. Oh, God. And I was like, listen, if you were this escapee and Oh, I remember that. Danilo. I remember saying this, and I remember the kids. We were talking about it. Yeah, we were talking about this case, and I can see it. We were sitting at a table in my classroom. This was not the same job. So mind you, the job with the tickets was not the same job as what this one now with talking about Danilo Cavalcante. Found you in my classroom, my YouTube channel would skyrocket, and I wouldn't need to work here anymore. Oh, so that was what, 3 minutes? 3 minutes. And I had actually sometimes, oh, this I uploaded. Let me go over here. Because sometimes I know one thing she used to do, Tiger Talks used to do, is put, oh, here, a timeline in her own words. So she took some of the clips from her initial video about me and put this together. So the description says, Shimmy, aka H&H, went live on June 30th, 2025 to tell us that Queen Bee lied when she said Shimmy had students in her chat. She did lie. I never had students in my chat. Oh, look, she says this is a few examples of Shimmy speaking about students being in her chat. Does she have the transcript available? Oh, look, the only place. Okay, so here we go. So I said chat. I never had students in my chat, saying that I had students in my chat. Oh, look. Oh, look. All of her clips. Guess what? Nowhere did I say in the past that students were in my chat. The only time I said students in my chat is when I was saying B was lying. And you know what? Let's go to the one that she... Okay, so anyways, let me finish this. Being in her chat and about bribing students to sub up to her YouTube channel for tickets to the school store. From what we see here, did Shimmy have students in her chat or not? Let me know what you think. Okay, so let's see what everybody says. Oh, and speaking of commenters, if anyone knows who this Kenna B is, she needs to stop spreading lies and misinformation. So I have a 17-year-old in high school. Wouldn't happen. Ah, you used my animation of you. Okay, I don't care. Davis Fam 216. What was she? I promised them extra tickets for the school store. Okay, yeah, I said that. Amazing as usual. Treacherous teacher. Ugh, I'm so dangerous. It amazes me how she thinks that people don't remember her students and niece being in her chat. My students were never in my chat. My niece was not my student. That's the thing. These people think that you have to teach in the town you live in. They don't realize that you could drive an hour to get to work. It drives me nuts. So was she lying then or is she lying now? Well, I wasn't lying then, and I'm not lying now. They were never in my freaking chat. Oh, and what does being an inner city kid have to do with anything? Wow. I can't even stand her voice long enough to make it all the way through a clip of her. And sorry, Hurricane Holly. Look at this picture. Okay, Hurricane Holly. If I say it using 2 syllables like this doofus, she's a lying POS too. I don't say and. I say and. It's 1 syllable. I agree. Bringing those receipts like the goat you are. Fire. I'm a teacher here in the UK and would definitely lose my job if it was proven that I'd enticed or bribed my students to sub to me on YouTube, and it was a platform that the content was not really suitable for those ages. I cannot even comprehend how she is trying to gloss this over or justify it. I never justified it. I said B was lying. The initial reason Sinner went on her panel was because she said I had students in my chat. That was a lie. And then she changed it to, oh, she was bribing. The initial thing was that I had students in my chat. Maybe I need to post that live stream too. I'm going to have to find it. Oh, I forgot. She's from the Joneson School of Do As I Say, Not As I Do. What? I have never been in Joneson School. Although we do both work for a school, so I mean, maybe. Whereby it's okay for these people to deflect and distract from their lies, but like to point... Why can't I read the rest of it? That's weird. Oh, here. Deflect and distract from their lies, but they like to point out others' flaws. Ridiculous. I've noticed that Clue is the main topic. Okay, I'm not going to talk about Jones, and she has nothing to do with this video. Wispy. She lies as easily as lemon. Hope I am unblocked. Happy face. Isn't it amazing how a teacher likes to rewrite history? How quickly we forget. Julie, why are these comments not showing up? Why do I have to zoom out to see the whole comment? That is so weird to me. I remember well back when she had literally less than 100 subs. She had us play Disney games. What? Disney games? And chat with her niece? Oh, I think we played Kahoot once. What? Are you kidding me? She absolutely had other students in her chat. Prove it, Julie. Prove it. Period. Many times. I can't even count on both hands the amount of times she would say, hopefully my students aren't in here. Yeah, meaning watching, idiots. She would also tell them to leave at times depending... I said cover your ears. Cover your ears. She would also tell them to leave at times depending on what she was covering, which was always bizarre as F to me, because what kid is going to log off just because the teacher said to? It's completely inappropriate. Had she just owned it, admitted... Let me zoom out. Oh my gosh, this is small. Admitted how irresponsible it was and assured everyone it would not happen again going forward, I would have chalked it up to inexperience and poor decision making. Instead, she continues to lie, strikes people dozens of times. Oh yeah, in Tiger Talks, please show receipts that I struck this video we're gonna watch in a minute 27 times. I didn't strike it 27 times. That's an exaggeration. Once is enough. Maybe I did it twice because I struck the whole video a second time. Whereas the first time was maybe only the first bit because you were live. Okay. God, this is small. Instead, she continues to strike people dozens of times for telling the truth. I have not struck anyone in years. Years. They all repeat what B says. They all call me Shimmy now. And they say, B saying how, people parrot her. Yeah, they do. Even your supporters do. Like, B is the one who called me Shimmy to begin with. Now Moon calls me Shimmy. Tiger Talks. Who knows who else? Like, and yeah. She does lie all the time. Hey, Sunnyside, how are you? Hey, Ocean Tide, thanks for being here. You know what? Give me a second. I might actually have... Hold on a minute. Hold, please. Actually, let's get through these and I'm going to check something. I remember that. And that's why... That's the way you prove them liars. Okay. What's funny about it is that she allowed her 11 or 12-year-old niece in the chat during her live streams multiple times. No. Oh, look. Here's exposing headstones and headlines. Look, you're using a picture of me again. Without permission. No shit, I had my niece in my chat. Even I remember this, and I knew nothing about these people at the time. I was just floored that a teacher would do this. And it stood out because my son was 12 or 13 at the time. But you didn't say anything, right, Ellen? I know, right? It is crazy to me that a teacher would do this. Bullseye. Same girl, you took the words right out of my mouth. Well, except your 12 or 13-year-old son at the time, that's not the same. Oh, there's Peggy. They keep digging their holes. Okay. Oh, Mama Bear. Lie, Shimmy, and you know it. Look, and even they call me Shimmy. Like, get your own word. I have not missed her ugly, condescending voice at all. Is this condescending enough for you, Mama Bear? Is this condescending enough for you? Okay. Give me 1 second. I think I actually do have a clip where... Give me 1 second. I gotta go to studio. Where Queen initially said that I had students in my chat. But I don't know if I have... I thought I had... I'm trying to upload things as I clean out my phone. But... Oh. See, I upload full lives. I wish I had taken clips, because Kathy P's been running her mouth a lot about me too. Yeah, I don't think I have it. Let me just check one more page. And if not, we'll go to the full video. Yep, I can't find it. Okay, so that means I don't have it. I will have to find that clip so we can either watch it or I will just post it. Okay, so let's go back here. So she had linked, Tiger Talks linked. And so again, just as a reminder, in the description, it says here are a few examples of Shimmy speaking about students being in her chat. Okay. The only place I said chat was at the beginning when I was correcting what B said. Nowhere in these clips did I say students were in my chat. Nowhere. Okay, so let's go to...
Welcome to Tiger Talks.
Oh, I lied. I said a 9-minute video. It's like 13 minutes. So she went up to... Well, let's just... Oop, nope. I don't want the mini player. Skip over all this. Okay, so timeline in her own words. This is from February 15th, 2024. That's actually about a year and a half ago. And they're still talking about it. So I have created a timeline of headstones and headlines speaking about students from April 13th, 2023 to October 17th, 2023. 6 months. And at this point, I was going live about every day for at least 2 hours. So Tiger Talks has a whole lot of time to comb through live streams. Do not call or contact the person this video is about. Please do not contact any schools or anyone in relation to this. Okay. Hey, Nanny, thanks for being here. I'm only going to be on about another 15 minutes because 12 more minutes, it's time to let the kittens out to race around. They're getting so big, and I think I said this the other day, but one of them, Periwinkle, his name is Periwinkle, he never wants to go back in the crate. So he will go underneath the futon way in the back. And even now when I try to get him out using a ribbon toy, he's like, "You're not tricking me, lady." He never wants to go in. The rest of them, I can get him in within seconds. This one, he's definitely trying to stay out. Right, Sunnyside? My niece with her mom's approval, exactly. Oceantide says, I have to drive an hour to get anywhere. I live in a very rural town. Yeah. Yeah. There was never students. The only child in my chat was Anna. Did I miss anybody else? Yeah, they do go after me because of that. Yeah, I don't know, Sunnyside. They call me Shimmy. Hey, Pookie. Oh, and Pookie. 1 second. Hey, Casey Chiefs. Thanks for being here. Hey, Tinker. Thanks for being here. Oh, you usually bushwatch? Yeah, I have been lately. I don't want to, Yeah, it is the safest way to watch. I agree. Okay, let me just scroll through here quick to see if I missed anyone. Oh no, Oceantide. My cat was diagnosed yesterday with asthma. I didn't know cats could get asthma. Me either. It scared me and had to take him to the vet. So what do they do? Do they put him on steroids? I've never heard of that either. Yeah, she did. She actually, oh, see, I don't have emojis on here, but on my main channel, the emojis are still there. The Betty one that says suck it. And I think there was another one. I don't remember what it said, what it was though. Yeah, and the thing is, all of those who were in my chat then, now they have an issue that Anna was in chat. Oh, good. Okay, so steroids and special wet food. Oh, good. I hope he gets better soon. Okay, let me stop talking and let's, okay, so she was actually talking. Okay, so let's see. Kristen.
Petra.
Today we are going to look back at headstones and headlines to see what she has said in her own words about her students. We will be looking at clips from April 13, 2020.
Oh, and before we do that, sorry, I'm like distracted. Let's go to the transcript again. Okay, so I looked up the word chat, and hopefully you guys can see it highlighted. Yes, you can, because I just looked down. Okay, so here, I said, don't know, but anyways, I appreciate all of you. I have more people in my chat than Betty did today. In honor of Betty, we have 263 people in chat. Oh, wait. Oh, so number one, let's chat. So that was the title. So look at this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17 live streams she went through. 17. And most of them, well, they were at least 2 hours. That's 34 hours of live stream. And I guess it doesn't take that long if you use like the Like there's like here, I can actually do a chat, search chat too, to see if anybody, you know, said certain things. So I guess you could do it that way too. So anyway, so we have the title in one of mine. Okay, so chat there. So really, oh, it's me, Amberly. I watched Emmy from her first live up until a little after Bash left. I told 2 people how I felt about her, and nobody saw it at the time. I even messaged her about how I felt, but she didn't give a darn. Those 2 people came back a few weeks later and said, I called this one. She's so full of it, and I'm a substitute teacher, and I know teachers where I am at would lose their job. Her niece was in chat, and she told people who she was. Yes, I did. She could have been in chat without anyone knowing who the niece was. That is also true. I'm surprised people are just now seeing this because she talked about her students often. Yes, I did. Tickets for good behavior. That's younger students if these students are still getting tickets for behavior. Great job on these videos. Oh, here's Beth. She's another one. Okay. Anyways. And I'm pretty sure I did respond to Amberly. I'm going to have to find that email. Okay, so chat. Oh, that's the only 2 places. Okay, so here we have some children that like to stop into this chat, so we keep it clean. Okay, so they stop. So are they using the fact that I said into this chat, meaning they were in my chat? Well, I said children. That was my niece. Yeah, we have some children that like to stop into this chat. My niece was the one that was coming. Okay, whatever. Super chats. Okay, where in here did I say, in this 13 minutes, where did I say that I had students in my chat? Nowhere. Because they never were. Okay, so anyways, let's look at this one. Now we got 5 minutes.
23 to October 17th, 2023. There are many more after this date, but I feel this timeline is enough for now.
But thank you so much, everybody, for coming in and joining me. I never thought I would be on YouTube. Hopefully my students are in here. I do have some students who know about my page. Hopefully they're not listening. So I hope everybody has a great day. I'm about to go outside because it's gorgeous out. And until next time, I will see you all on the flip side. I'm almost at 500 subs. And so I have a couple of students who follow me. And so I can't believe when I left school on Friday, not this past Friday, the Friday before, I think I had like 120 subs. And I saw just not too ago that I'm close to 500. And I'm like, oh my gosh, like I can't believe it. I actually mentioned to my students today that I can't believe that I have the number of people I do listening to me. One of my students told me to I talked about my students all the time. And I also talked to them about my YouTube channel. And what did I do when I left that job and got a new job? Didn't talk to my kids about my YouTube channel. I mentioned it once because they asked me what I do in my free time. I said, I do a YouTube channel. They said, what do you talk about? I said, a lady named Bullhorn Betty. His D, because I asked him to do his work. And so that was really fun. Yes, I talked to her like I talked to my students. So for those of you just coming in, thank you so much. I had a great day until the last 30 minutes when I was cursed out by a girl. And yes, yeah. And that happens. If parents think their kids are not, some kids are, well behaved. But if you don't think that there are students who are going to curse their teacher out, you are mistaken. And so this was actually May 2023. So it was like the last couple of weeks at the last job I had. Not this job, the job before. And you are cursed out. This is how I speak to them. The only thing that's different between how I talk to them and Betty is that I don't swear at them. Like every so often I'll swear at Betty. I would never swear at them. And I never yell at them because
when you yell, they tend to tune you out, or they become even more.
Yeah, that's true. When you yell, people don't listen. Hey, Sinner, thanks for being here. Un minuto, por favor. Oh, shit. Oh, I didn't mean to say that. Ugh, dang it. There we go. Okay, sorry about that. Hey, Nanny. I don't know if I said hi. I think I did say hi to you, Nanny. Anyone else that I didn't say hi to, thanks for being here. Amber says, wow, imagine that, a teacher talking about students. Do they really think they've proven some bombshell? Good Lord, LOL, weirdos. Well, I did talk about my students a lot, and I probably still would, because I love my job. I love my job.
Or agitated. So, you know, when a student says F you, I say no thank you and move it along.
Oh, and this is where I am going to address this, because I don't know who, but in the grand scheme of, they were trying to say that I was being inappropriate by saying no thank you. No, I was not. Like, what would they say to a student that said, you know, F you? I said, no, thank you. Or, oh, here's a story. I had, you know, this past year, a girl and her boyfriend were canoodling in the hall. And I asked them to please go to class. And she responded, shut the F up, B. I'm not going to class. It happens.
So, yeah, I talk to her like I talk to my students. Do I have any young Betties? Meaning, do I have any know-it-alls? I have a lot of know-it-alls. They think they know better than adults. I don't think so. I mean, the kids I'm with are pretty street smart. There's a lot that are book smart as well, but they're more street smart. I don't think Betty even stands a chance with my 12-year-old students. They would annihilate her. Yeah. Kara, I told my students the same thing. I don't care if you watch me. I don't care. You just sub for me so that I have more. And I only had one. Well, actually, I have two that subbed. And the rest of them just looked at me like I was nuts. And so a few of my students today told me that they were watching. And one of them actually said, I started watching your live when the lady said she was going to go get him. And I was like, oh, yeah, that was funny, because I said, like, she doesn't know anything about that. And these kids, being inner city kids, they agreed with me. So that just caught my eye, because they know inner city. This lady doesn't. I never thought I'd start this channel, let alone have as many subs as I do. But
yeah, I don't think any of us who are creators now, I mean, some people probably said, hey, I'm going to be a YouTube creator, but, you know, I started out just clipping Betty. And then my contract wasn't renewed at the job I was at, so I started going live. That was probably the worst decision I made.
When someone you learn from and admire and respect shouts you out, of course I was fangirling. Are you kidding me? But I actually...
how things have changed. I
think some of my students might have unsubscribed because I promised them extra, like, tickets for the school store, but I had given them away to other students, and so they got mad. I think some of them unsubscribed because they only subscribed because they wanted tickets, and so now that they had their tickets, they unsubscribed. I don't know. But anyways, I appreciate all of you. I have more people in my chat than Betty did today, so thank you. I met my goal of 232, and just in honor of Betty, we have 263 people in chat, so welcome to all of you.
And also, and that's true. I had, before B started coming after me, I probably had 300 to 400 people in my chat talking about Betty. And then B started coming after me, and I stopped talking about Betty. I mean, that's what happened. And, you know, it's interesting how those that are saying that, you know, my channel tanked, they look at it as I don't have anybody in my live streams. There are some creators who have never gone live ever who have hundreds of thousands of subs. It's not about how many you have watching or how many likes you have. It's about engagement. And my engagement is just fine. It is just fine.
If you're trolls, even if you're just lurking, we welcome everyone here as long as you have a clean mouth, because we have some children that like to stop into this chat. So we keep it clean here. There are some words that I don't mind, but some words, we want to keep it a little cleaner than usual. I was sitting here and stuff.
Yeah. And that's what it was. I had words blocked. Like I had the F word in the block list, a-hole, the C word. Yeah.
And I kind of explained to them what I was doing. So I had them make me like a pretty drink. And she had this, she was serving this a drink in the shot. And so I asked her if I could take some footage of it, which is not a problem. So I ended up purchasing the drink and the shot for people because I use it for the
Oh, Betty.
All right. If any of my students are in here, or I haven't seen the left. If any of you are in here, close your ears. Betty, that is bullshit. I'm sorry, Betty. You're an 8.
Yeah, so they weren't in my chat. I was saying in my live, meaning listening. But they're gonna twist that to it's all semantics.
And I would say the word. I don't know if
oh yeah, see? I said close your ears.
I'm sorry, Betty. You're an a-hole. And I would say the word. I don't know if Anna's still in here or if I have any of my students in here, but you are a complete a-hole. Actually, no, I can say douchebag. You're a douchebag. A complete and utter douchebag. First.
And now my go-to would be douche canoe. That's my go-to these days.
Saying the things that you're saying. I mean, here's the thing. If she's looking to make a lot of money, she could create an OnlyFans. Or
yeah, you hardly ever see super chats coming.
Oh yeah, Pookie, I did talk about that, how they were saying that I was racist and all of that because I referred to my students as inner city. Ocean says those are my favorite words. Yeah, I had them. I actually think I still have them blocked in my, well, not on this channel. I have to add words to my, actually I do have blocked words, I'm pretty sure. That might be what I copied and pasted from my main channel. Oh, you prefer kayaks? Yeah, I probably would too.
Is there any more?
And my student, so I was saying how I needed money one day, and one of my students is like, you should create an account on Feet Finder. I was like, what? I go, what is that? She goes, they'll pay to buy pictures of your feet. And I'm like,
that's gross.
And I'm like, why didn't you tell me about this sooner? Obviously I didn't do it because what? But I'm like, how do they, well, obviously my students know more than we do. I mean, they grow up on technology, but I'm like, I used to call my students Yahoos because they.
So yeah, this is just me talking about my students. I did it all the time.
Act like Yahoos. Like they're just all over the place. Although there was a fight today too in the gym, and it was one of my students, her second day at the school.
Oh, I remember that. Okay, so this is my current job. So September 2023 is when I started my current job, and I remember that it was the second day of school, and there was a fight in the gym.
Yep, it's gonna be fun this year. And one of my students says, "Are you on crack?" And I didn't answer. And they were like, "Because anyone who colors at your age has to be on crack."
Oh, what? Oh my gosh, that reminds me. So years ago, I worked at residential treatment for teen girls, and I was on the locked unit. And one of the girls was bending over because they would always say, if we were squatting or doing something, they'd be like crack kills. So one of the girls was doing something, and I said crack kills, and she responded, well, if crack kills, why are you still talking? I was like, well played.
Although one of my students actually told me today that he was Danilo.
Oh God.
And I was like, listen, if you were this escapee.
Okay, so this is where oh shoot, I didn't mean to rewind. She took certain parts of this video to use in the other video.
And I found you in my classroom, my YouTube channel would skyrocket and I wouldn't need to work here anymore.
Exactly.
Actually, like, the students don't know what my YouTube channel is, but they know that I have a YouTube channel. Yeah. And so my TA asked me, well, what do you talk about? And I said, I review this lady. And the kids are like, what's her name? I said, Bullhorn Betty.
Yeah, I did.
They haven't heard of Bullhorn Betty. But I can tell you that if she was to come to the school I work at, they would tell her a few choice phrases that are inappropriate, and I will not repeat. Because today...
And I'm wondering when about it was that Betty said she was going to come to my school with a bullhorn. I feel like it was later. But maybe not, because this is when did Bash go to meet Betty? That was 24, I think. I don't know. It's
I don't know what we were talking about. But they go, yeah, that person can go eat a bag of D's. And I'm like, oh, that's inappropriate. I'm like, wow. Yeah, she is disgusting. Yeah, and that's
okay. So I'm still working on this timeline thing. So so this is, let's see, September 17th, 2023. That is when Bash goes to meet BHB. So this was just before that happened. So when I said that the kids would give her a run for her money, it's because at this point, Betty had already said she was going to come to my school with a bullhorn.
I'm saying, if she came to like talk about her job or her career in front of my students, they would tell her to go eat a bag. Yes, they would.
They probably will.
I don't talk about you to my students.
Although that I will say that phrase has left 2025. They no longer say that for the most part.
This is what I said, and I'll say it over and over because some people can't hear very well. I had mentioned to my TA that I had a YouTube channel, and my TA asked,
"What do you?" That is not what H and H said. Okay, should we rewind?
Talk about on your channel, and I said, true crime cases, and I review a lady on there. And she asked, "What's the lady's name?" I said, Bullhorn Betty. In my student.
Oh, hold on. Shoot. Where's the transcript? Because I want to find out where that's at. So let's see. Talk. Okay, so here at 7 minutes and 50 seconds. Actually, let's go to, 7 minutes and 42 seconds. Exactly. They actually, like the students, don't know what my YouTube channel is, but they know that I have a YouTube channel. And so my TA asked me, well, what do you talk about? And I said, I review this lady. And the kids are like, what's her name? I said, Bullhorn Betty. They haven't heard of Bullhorn Betty. Okay, so that's 7 minutes and 50 seconds. So now we're at 9 minutes and 37 seconds. Right here. So, well, I had mentioned, excuse me. Well, I had mentioned to my TA that I had a YouTube channel, and my TA asked, what do you talk about on your channel? I said true crime cases, and I review a lady on there. And she asked, what's the lady's name? I said Bullhorn Betty. So yes, I also added in, I talk about true crime. I said the same damn thing. I never noticed this. So she's saying that's not what I said. Yes, it is. I said the same exact damn thing. The only difference is I said I also talk about true crime.
Students replied, "The fuck? That's it. End of story." So no, I'm not going in there saying, "Oh my God, do you know what Betty did? Seriously?" No, I'm there to teach them math. Actually, so this is an interesting story. So I didn't realize that there was a substitute today because like I said, we're so busy. Like we see each other if we're, in the hall, like other staff, but normally we don't. Well, anyways, there was a substitute today. And she was asked to leave by administration because she
exactly curious. And that's I don't know if you were here at the beginning, but that's what I had said is you know, they say, you know, kids shouldn't be watching Bullhorn Betty anyways. She's not even close. I think she might swear like every so often when she gets really pissed off, but she doesn't say the F word every other word. She doesn't, you know, say mother effer every other word. So, I mean, was it inappropriate to have them watch? Yes. Would it be like watching B? No, not at all.
Was overheard telling the students that they belonged in juvenile detention and other things that you shouldn't say to kids who already have, you know, issues, so to speak.
Oh, let me rewind this. I was getting a drink.
Normally we don't. Well, anyways, there was a substitute today, and she was asked to leave by administration because she was overheard telling the students that they belonged in juvenile detention.
Yes, I remember that.
And other things that you shouldn't say to kids who already have, you know, issues, so to speak. I'm going to blame it on the Harvest Moon, but I mean, it was yesterday.
I wonder where Stella Bella is. I haven't seen her around.
Today was like just like they were hyper, but yesterday was bad, like really bad. I don't think she was boozy. I think she was just a.
Oh look, there's V. Kaser. V. Kaser's been with me a long time.
And she only had like an hour left of the day when she started that. Well, I should say there was only an hour left of the day before a student got so upset that they got staff and staff overheard her saying those things. Well, there was even because some people shouldn't be teachers. So there was a girl who a student said to my TA, "You need to."
Oh, there's Cambry.
Fix your shoes. And my TA turned around and said, "You need to fix yourself." And the girl was like, "What did you just say to me?" And my TA said, "You heard me."
Remember that.
Like you just have to dish it back, and it's almost like they respect you more because you know they're trying to rattle you, and if you dish it back,
they will test you, because a lot of the students that I have currently, they've been abandoned by one or both parents. They're being raised by their grandparents. And so they will test you because they want to know if you're going to stay in their life. So it's kind of like that, you know, they will push and push. And then finally they're just like, okay, you're here to stay. It's true.
They're not going to keep dishing it out. It was funny. So one of my students was like, "Miss, you're really starting to turn into a Karen. You know that?" Or something. I think he was like, "You're really turning into a Karen. You know that, miss?" And I was like, "You're calling me a Karen?" He's like, "Yeah, you're really turning into a Karen." I was like, "Thank you." So, I mean, I've never been called a Karen before, but I was today.
There are many more examples of headstones and headlines speaking about her students on her YouTube channel.
Okay, yeah, I talked about my students all the time. Big whoop. But I'm glad I watched that, because I'm going to be doing a clip of when they put "that's not what I said." That's exactly what I said. I just added true crime into the second time I said it. Unbelievable. Hey, Glow, thanks for being here. Yeah, curious. I didn't see it as a big deal myself. Video games are worse and it keeps them off the streets. Just saying. All these YouTube parents seem to ignore their kids while being on YouTube. Well. Oh, Sinner V. Kaser was in the one of the comments. Let me see if I can. No, it was right before Cambry. I have to really go because it's already almost 8:30 and I have to give the kittens at least an hour to run. Let me go to... I'm going to go to that live stream real quick. Oh, shoot. I made it members. I made all of my Betty stuff members only. Give me 1 second. I need to go to studio again. All right. Studio content. Live streams. Filter. Members only. We're going by date. So what was that date again? September 29th. All right, September 29th. Ah, here it is. Oh no, that's June. Duh. Duh, Emmy. Ah, all right, September 29th. Slithering Slimy Snakes. Oh my, was the name of the... Okay, so I just want to do... Okay, so... Let me share this instead. I just want... Oh, crap. Ugh, what did I just do? Here we go. Okay, so I just want to see... Oops. So I'm just curious who exactly was in my chat. So this is September. Oh, look, Heather B. Beachy. She's one. I haven't seen her around very much, but... Oh, look, there's AMAC. I'm just going to kind of scroll through and see. Oh my gosh, KCG. I didn't realize KCG had been with me this long. But then again, her name could have been different because it'll show your current name, not your old name. Oh, look, there's my niece. Oh, this TX Tiffany had something to say about me today, too. Let me see if I can find it. Let's see, screenshots about Emmy. I think it was today. Maybe not. I don't see it. All right. Let's skip some more. CK Warhola. I miss them. They were actually in my chat a lot. Oh, look, there's Sunnyside. Look at all these oldies. Been with me, VK Sir. Team Brit. Team Brit has been with me since the beginning. Evil. Oh, look, there's Evil Queen. All right, now we just got to find Queen Bella. I feel like I had just seen. So, I mean, there was. Oh, see, Nico J Cat was Nico Jap Cat. So it shows their new names, not their old names. Notre Dame. Oh, look, there's Pookie. There's Pookie. There's Queen Bella. There's Queen Bella. Oh, so this was... Oh, yeah, September 29th. Because when did I say... Yeah, the 17th is when Bash went to see Bullhorn Betty. So this is where things started to really ramp up. This is crazy seeing all these. Generally Jenny, she's been around for... Oh, look, there's Kathy P. There's Kathy P. She was one of my mods. She was one of my mods, and now she's against everything I was doing. Well, then why were you my mod? Why didn't you say, Emmy, take my wrench? I don't agree with you talking about your students. Okay, Sinner, you and KCG came around the same time. Yeah, oldies but goodies for sure. Triple Diamond Art. She was in my chats. I can't even read this one. Oh, Honeybee. So it was, I think, Honeybee. Oh, what was her name? I don't remember what her name was before. Be Real. There's Be Real. She's been with me a long time. Rowdy. I wonder what happened to Rowdy. Rowdy was around a lot too. Brianna. Brianna actually had a message for me a week or so ago. It's funny. She can give me messages in YouTube chats, but she can't respond to an email. Makes sense. All right, we're almost done. I just anybody else. Leo the Lioness. Oh, look, there's Wispy. Oh, look, there's Wispy. See, all of these people that are so... there's Glow. So cool. SoFlo. SoFlo's been with me a long time, too. Scorpio Sting. Has anybody seen Scorpio Sting around? And actually, this one might not be a very good one to go through. Oh, look, there's Truth Hurts and Karma's a Bish. Marcy. Marcy was there all the time. All right, last one. We'll look at this one, and then we're going to call it. A Blank Slate. T-Berry. Wait a minute. T-Berry. Hold on a second. Hold on 1 second. I feel like somebody just asked me about T-Berry. Yes, they did. All right. Sorry, I just had to send a message because somebody had asked me if I'd ever heard of T-Berry, and I was like, no. Well, apparently T-Berry was in my chat a long time ago. All right. Well, that's kind of cool to kind of go through and see. Yeah, see, that's when things were really getting crazy. What was one of... She used one from May. I'm just curious. It was May 30th. All right, I got 3 minutes. We're going to just look at this one. Oh my gosh, I remember this. Wait, I think this live stream, if I remember correctly, but maybe not. She was always in bed, but I feel like this might be the live stream. I remember the pink shirt. I think this is when Sinner may have called in and she thought it was the Glarer. And this was May 30th. May 30th, 2023. Oh, yeah. See, there's Anna. Liza. Liza used to be in my chat all the time. Phoenix is now... Phoenix is Amy, who goes on B's panel every so often. There's Queen Bella. I'm just, looking to see. Yeah, see, this is where this was when I was just starting my live streams for the most part, so I didn't really have a whole lot, but I had 136 likes. This live, yeah, this is when my channel was growing fast. And I think that's another reason why they came after me. Well, B came after me. Betsy Blackbird? I don't remember that name. Infamous Truth Teller. And oh look, Ange Carter. Many of these people who are calling me such a bad person, who are going along with the lies and misinformation that I drove to Ohio in a diaper to take pictures of someone's house. That is the most ridiculous thing I've ever heard. Yeah, see, some of these names may be different than... Oh, there's Grain. There's Grain. Let's see, who else? Yeah, it's okay. And and that's why, like, some of my older stuff, maybe we'll go through some of my older lives, because I made all of them, and there's a lot of them. 286 live streams about Bullhorn Betty, and they are all now members only because I just got rid of them. All right, last one, because it's 8:30. Boston Nick Simp. I wonder what their name was before. Oh wow, May Noodles. Gosh, I don't remember. I don't see in May Noodles, like that whole thing with Morbid. I didn't even realize she was in my chat way back when. K Kanuga's still around. But some of these names, Bruin Hell, a lot of these names who are now calling me out that I'm such a horrible teacher, horrible person. I should be fired, and in the words of B, you don't deserve to be a teacher. Well, my education and my certifications say that I do. I worked my ass off. I had to pass 2 certification exams, one in math and one in education. So, yeah. All right, so let me just look at chat quick. Hey, Apple, thanks for stopping in. Oh, Amber, you were just thinking about Scorpio Sting? Yeah, I haven't seen them in a long time either. They were always in my words on stream chats. I think I'm a good teacher. All right, y'all. Well, thanks for being here. I'm glad that we ended up having a pretty good crew in here. I didn't know how many people would show up, especially because yesterday I was trying to figure out how to get this connected to StreamYard. And so the thumbnail actually came from Gemini. I said, make me a thumbnail for my first YouTube live stream, and that's what it came up with. So Gemini can be used for good things, but it can also be used for bad things. Yeah, so I probably won't go live on here very much, but maybe once a week, just to kind of, maybe we can review old, we'll review reviews of me. Because back then, when all of this was happening, back in, from like October 2023 to maybe like 6 months ago, I didn't watch any of that stuff. I screen recorded, I saved it, but I never watched it. And there's a lot of live streams that were done that have since been either deleted or privated. So I think it'll be, now I feel like it'd be a good time to watch all of those, because whatever. All right. Yes, have a great rest of your weekend. I do plan, I know I saw Sinner has a live scheduled for tomorrow. So I did want to do a live because there were a couple of stories that we didn't get to yesterday that I did want to cover. So I'm probably going to do earlier like I did yesterday. So probably like 1:30-ish, maybe 1 o'clock. We'll see. Actually, Sinner, yours is at 3, I think I saw, or it was a weird time. It was like 3:24. So maybe 1 o'clock. Let's aim for 1 o'clock. 1 o'clock, because then I'll have 2 hours before Sinner goes live. All right, y'all. Have a great night. Let's see. I made a new intro for this channel, but I didn't have time to do an outro. Let's see. What do we want to do? Ooh, I know what one we're going to use. I haven't used this one in a long time because it's kind of dirty. I would use it always for Bullhorn Betty lives, but now I have this channel that I can use it and not feel bad. All right, y'all. Have a great rest of your day, and if I don't see you on these YouTube streets, I will see you all on the flip side.
I got the juice like a snow cone, ice in my veins and a cold flow. I'm getting cash overseas by the boatload. You wanna ride my wave? That's a no-go. Senorita's going loco, make it bounce like a pogo. All my haters see rojo, they big mad cause they coming up short like Frodo. Activate the beast mode, I keep it hot, give your brain a heat stroke. You ain't a big shot, you some basic B-roll. The world is mine like my name's Pacino. Hey, it's Nico, I guess I'm back. Catch me in the fast lane on the right track. And my shorty is a 10 like a dime bag. Got me feeling like a millie, check the price tag. Got the party jumping like crisscross. Got the gold chain and the wristwatch. Pull up on the scene like a big shot. EDM and hip hop, ain't no time for pit stop. Got the party jumping like crisscross. Got the gold chain and the wristwatch. Pull up on the scene like a big shot. EDM and hip hop, it's my style. All my brothers get money, we call it gangrene. Just another day, but our focus still on the same thing. Us against everyone else, I recommend you change teams. Who the hottest in the city? We the top 2. You said your music was litty, but that is not true. Just being honest, you should really just stop, fool. Matter of fact, empty no pockets, give me that watch too. My mind is wicked, that's why I spit it so hostile. Freaky girls in the crib, it's like I live in a brothel. All I spit is Leviticus, but I'm not an apostle. My nuts hang low, long and they're colossal. Black trader black, she messiah to the misfits. Run circles, run these rappers till my shit splits. You a little late to the party, baby, I've been lit. If you ain't on the friend list, you better mind your business. Got the party jumping like crisscross. Got the gold chain and the wristwatch. Pull up on the scene like a big shot. EDM and hip hop, ain't no time for pit stop. Got the party jumping like crisscross. Got the gold chain and the wristwatch. Pull up on the scene like a big shot. EDM and hip hop, cause my style.